Hi, my name's Megan and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am going to start filming more of these videos. So one thing I want to say and start off with right away about my channel is I don't believe in gurus. I don't believe in anyone telling you what to do or how to live your creative life. What I do believe is learning to trust yourself, and that has been one of the biggest lessons of my life, being true to yourself and trusting your own intuition. So my name's Megan Blanchard. I am a singer-songwriter, and I've been writing music for about 15 years. Before moving to Austin, I lived in Los Angeles, and I worked in television as a director's assistant on shows like Gotham and Nikita, and so storytelling and creativity have always been a huge part of my life, but music has always been my center of gravity. I directed music videos while I was out there, and I continue to shoot and create my own music videos. So music to me is a very spiritual thing. It's something that has saved my life. And I've even found old journals from like when I was 8 or 10 years old saying that, and it's actually really sad, saying that some days are just really hard for me to get through and I don't know if I can make it, but that music makes me want to be alive and feel alive. So I'm not just a person who wants to play music and who plays music. I'm just like a lover of the art form, and I think it is the greatest art form. I do think it's a spiritual practice. So every morning I go on a walk and I sing. Like sometimes I listen to the Beatles and I sing along to them. That's what I'm doing right now. Or sometimes I'll just sing my own songs, or just sometimes the melody will just come to me. I do meditate, I do pray. I use singing bowls in the morning because, of course, I'm a musician. I love the vibration. I used to chant. I'm not into it anymore. But for music, it's the #1 spiritual way that I connect. And so I think of God as a melody and something that you tune yourself back into. And to me, that's the power of a melody and the power of a song. I am currently going through a massive Bowie phase lately. I love Bowie and how expansive and spiritual, in my mind, his creativity was, and how fearless he was artistically. I felt like he was like such a heart and like crown, like spiritual chakra centered artist and creative. But also I've been listening to like those old first Beatles records again and realizing how incredible Ringo Starr's drumming is. That groove is just pure rock and roll. And I forgot who said it. I think it was Mick Jagger or something. Like everybody can rock, but the roll is the hard part. And yeah, like just Bowie with that heart and crown energy, and then like that rock, that like old school, just getting back to rock and roll groove, like that root sacral chakra energy. And yeah, there's something like really expansive and almost spiritual about Bowie's music. And then, but like he had that mind brilliance, and I love that he discovered certain artists and like his friendship with Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop is, I mean, I go through huge Iggy Pop phases. Iggy is my dream too. I shouldn't say it. But anyways, I love Iggy Pop. Iggy, now Iggy represents that like root sacral chakra, like purely, like pure, potent, like power, like just raw power, his album, right? Like, of the Stooges. So yeah, one of the things I love most about Bowie is like him bringing Iggy Pop to popularity. Now, so like going into my creative philosophies, I'm not saying I'm the best singer in the world. You can check out all my music's online. My music videos are online. Or I'm not saying I'm the best songwriter in the world, but I have dedicated my life to creativity. And one thing that I've learned is that creativity dies, and I also die inside a little bit when it becomes about an outcome. We all have to make money, right? But I'm talking about getting famous, getting validation. But we all have that performance gene. So creativity, I'm so huge on creativity, and one thing I want to share with the world is like to encourage people to be more purely creative and to forget the outcome, because when you forget about your creativity being consumable by humans, you like the most interesting, original, beautiful stuff comes out. And to me, that is like being in the flow. That is being in a play state, you know, being as a little child, right? So, and I think creativity, getting back to trusting yourself and your instincts, and I don't believe in gurus trying to sell you stuff. I think that creativity, like any other great spiritual practice, is one of the greatest at teaching you to trust your instincts and what instinctually comes out of you creatively. Yeah, so this channel is not going to be about me telling you what to do. In fact, I would say probably don't take anybody else's advice and don't do what I'm doing. But I want to take you along for the ride because I have a bit of an interesting life and an itch to share it with the world. And yeah, I want to share my journey as an artist and a creator of different sorts. And my goal with this channel is to inspire people to trust their own intuition. And, you know, whether it's music, whether it's, I think music is the greatest art, but whether it's, I really like novels too, and movies. Like, don't get me started, okay? But whether your forte is music, painting, writing, entrepreneurship, I want to inspire people to live a more creative life and for the world to become more, I think the world just will become so much more valuable as people share their creativity. So the world does not need more gurus. It needs more people who trust themselves. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.